What's up, Team Cat Mojo? It is I, Jackson, and here we are at the Cat Cave. And today I have a special guest. Dr. Elizabeth Colleran is here to talk about, amongst other things, cat-friendly practices, why cats and their humans don't like going to the vet. Big question, something we have to get to today. Dr. Colleran, past president of the American Association of Feline Practitioners, as well as the owner of two successful cat practices, Chico Cat Hospital and, the Cat Hospital of Chico and Portland Cat Hospital, one or the other. And of course, by the way, been to the Portland Cat Hospital many a time, as you know. Dr. Colleran's practice was where we took Lux the cat on season 5 of My Cat from Hell, and she continues to work with Lux. Hello, Dr. Colleran.
Thanks for letting me come.
Well, we wanted to talk today about going to the vet, which, as you've told me before, is a concern from the veterinarian standpoint. It's a concern from where I stand as well, that folks are just not going to the vet with their cats. Now, you had told me something in the neighborhood of 80-something% of cats in their first year go to the vet. Is that right?
They do. 83% of cats are actually seen in the first year after adoption one time by their veterinarian. Unfortunately, less than half of them ever return. So
less than half?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No, and it's a combination of things that we really have to work on, not the least of which is the pre-visit experience. You know, the cat owner corralling their cat and breaking up the day and having a miserable experience on their way into seeing the vet. And we have to remedy that, among other things. Right.
If cats hate the whole rounding up, going into the carrier, knowing that once you get into a carrier, you know where you're going, that whole experience that's the end that I'm trying to work on. And I know that you've been doing work on that as well.
Absolutely. You know, we know from the data that 60% of cat owners say that their cats hate us. Well, whose emotional state do you think they're reflecting? Another 38% of people say that they get stressed out just thinking about bringing their cat to a veterinarian. So they're not even making an appointment yet. They're just thinking about it. It's not only the individual cat's health, it's a community health issue as well, because these cats aren't getting vaccinated either. And so, yeah, it's true that we're worried about the individual cat, but we're also worried about the community at large as well. For example, a cat at 1 year of age is considered to be a 25-year-old adult in terms of maturity. So just imagine if you never went to a doctor or a dentist for the first 25 years of your life. You wouldn't have even been allowed to go to school because you had never been vaccinated.
Right. From my standpoint, where I go to someone's house, they've never put together the behavior with the general state of that cat's body. You know, there's so many cats I've known that have lived with raging infections for months at a time because people think their cat is peeing because they're mad at them, you know.
Cats are so good at concealing symptoms. They don't let on that anything's bothering them until way past the time when we should be intervening. So we really have a lot of reasons to try to see cats on a much more regular basis.
If you had your way, would it be annual, that it would be a once yearly?
Absolutely. For any cat under about 7 or 8 years old, once a year, I think, is pretty adequate. But when you get to the more senior cats, we really should see them twice a year. They're aging much more rapidly than we are. We need to stay on top of it. And the other thing that you mentioned, which is people interpret their cat's behavior a certain way, we owe them the time to educate them about how their cats think and what conditions are normal and what isn't. We have a lot to do, and if we have the time to do it, these cats are going to have a much richer life.
From the veterinary standpoint, what measures are being taken right now to get people in more often or to dispel any myths?
The biggest initiative we have right now is cat-friendly practice. We have over 1,500 veterinary practices around the country that are participating in this. About half of them are already certified. We're trying to change the way they behave with cats, the way they handle them, how they interact with cat clients. Cat people are very special people, and you know that as well as I do. We need to talk to them differently than other people. So there are lots of things that we have to do, and we need the time to do it. So in cat-friendly practice, we're trying to teach them how to make it comfortable for them to bring their cats to see a veterinarian, how to make that pre-visit time better, how to teach their staff how to handle cats differently. All of those things are really important parts of that.
In your experience, give me a horror story, something where the client just didn't bring the cat in because they had no idea something was physical until they saw you. Do you remember any cases like that?
The anatomy of cat teeth is very similar to people. If you've ever experienced dental pain, you know what that's like. And I have people come in all the time, and I'll show them the condition of their cat's mouth. And the first thing they say to me is, "Oh, but she's still eating." And as if that were somehow, and that is a common statement. And it's once again that ability to just do the things you need to do when you're a cat. You know, you have to eat, even if it hurts like all get out.
In cat world, looking through cat glasses, you are predator and you are prey. In order to not be dead prey, you have to just flex your muscles at all time. Nobody can see you sweat. And unfortunately, that gets transmitted to the guardians. And then we deal with what we're dealing with.
I had a client come in the other day whose cat had suddenly started to limp. When I took that cat's x-rays, it is clear to me that cat had been in pain for years. So if we saw these cats on a regular basis, we could make their lives so much better.
If folks want to find out more about pet-friendly practices, about how to prepare their cat for a visit to the vet, is there someplace they can go?
There really is. It's called catvets.com. That's pretty easy to remember. And on that website, there are free downloadable PDF brochures on topics like getting your cat to the veterinarian. They're absolutely free to anyone who goes there. So there are other free, there's lots of free information there for cat owners to try to help make it a better experience.
Okay, great. And folks, this is where you come in. I really want to hear from you on this one. It'll help Dr. Colleran. It'll help me. It'll help so many vets across the board to figure out, why is it you don't want to take your cat to the vet? Your cat needs it. And that is something that's so important from a health standpoint, from a behavioral standpoint. We can both sit here and tell you some stories about cats acting out like crazy when they just didn't have to. So we need to hear from you. Why do you hate taking your cat into the vet? What does your cat hate about it? This is information Dr. Colleran can use in terms of refining cat-friendly practices. This is stuff I can use to help you guys prepare better for getting your cat to the vet. So let's hear from you. Put your comments down here below. Let's hear from you on Twitter, on Facebook, per usual, hashtag Team Cat Mojo. Let me hear what you have to say. It'll help everybody for sure. Dr. Colleran, thank you so much for being with me. And good luck getting those percentages up there. I'll do what I can on my end. Folks, until the next time we see each other, which should be pretty soon, all light, all love, all mojo to you.
You're a bad cat. I'm not a bad cat. You're a bad cat. I'm not a bad cat. You're a bad cat. I'm just misunderstood. Meow.